Hey, let's talk about Apache Spark components cheat sheet. So what we'll do here is cover the basic components of Apache Spark. Let's clear up some of those concepts. There are basically multiple components and we'll talk over each and discuss very quickly because we don't have much time, all of us, and discover what they are doing and clean up some of the mess. Alright, so we have an executor. An executor is running multiple tasks. So remember, one executor, multiple tasks. An executor is also just a JVM process. It's sitting on all the nodes. You see, we have here two Spark nodes. On each node, we have one executor. So the executor receives tasks to perform. These are your jobs. When you create some Spark code, you have it as a jar, and this jar is sent over the network, and then the executor deserializes it and run it as a task. So remember, we have one executor per node, multiple tasks. Executor receives the task as code, as jars, it deserializes it, and it's running it. In addition, we know that Spark utilizes cache, and the executor is the one which utilizes the cache so that each of its tasks can run faster. Okay, now let's discuss a little bit about a node. We already know what a node is. A node is basically just like a host. It's a Spark node, and a node can have multiple executors. So one node, multiple executors, and for each executor, multiple tasks. Okay, next item, RDD. It's not drawn here, but RDD is the basic data structures that flows all around as an input and also as an output. RDD is not just any data structure, it's a big data structure. Its main usage is to store large data sets. Although you can store a small dataset, its main purpose is to store a large dataset. This is its main strength. So this large dataset, if you cannot wrap it in a single machine, it encompasses multiple machines. So a single RDD which describes some data structure can span multiple machines. Okay, so what is the input in Spark jobs? The input is an RDD. And we have already said, how does an RDD born? Well, it's born out of some just stuff like text files, Hadoop files, etc. Whatever you have an input, you can create from it an RDD. And let's discuss the output. The output is also an RDD. The output of functions. We use functions and we get an input to the function, which is an RDD. And the output of the function is also RDD. We do not change RDD. They are immutable. We just transform them. So you have one function after another. Each receives its own RDD and outputs an RDD. Let's discuss some more RDD. RDD is typed, which means they are of a certain type. RDDs are ordered, so you can order the data inside the RDD, and RDDs are lazily evaluated. We said functional. We get an input, we provide an output, and we don't actually apply any code to the RDD unless we have an action. In Spark, we have both transformations and then an action. Transformations are concatenated one to another, and only when there is an action you actually get it. RDDs, we said, span multiple computers. They are partitioned. Just like any data you want to partition between multiple computers, this is also what you do to an RDD. It's partitions between servers. We said it's big data, so we have to partition it some way between servers. Another thing about RDD is that they are just a bunch of stuff. It's like an array of one thing and another thing and a third thing. Think of it as a list of things. It's just a bunch of things. So we have the client which is communicating with the executors. It sends its code as a jar. The jar deserializes the code and then creates the tasks. It utilizes the cache so that the tasks would run faster. And that's the story about Spark. Again, if you have any comments or any questions, or you would like me to explain anything, please talk to me. Please comment below. Please subscribe to the blog, which is dev@rest.blogpost.com, where you'll find more information and tips about anything about programming, from mobile to big data to zeros and ones, whatever. We are doing small cheat sheets about anything. Thank you and bye, and don't forget to comment. Bye.